Psalms 37 verse 3. Trust in the Lord and do good. Then you will live safely in the land and prosper. Take delight in the Lord, and He will give you your heart's desires. Commit everything you do to the Lord. Trust Him, and He will help you. Be still, this is verse 7. Be still in the presence of the Lord and wait patiently for Him to act. Waiting is difficult, but wait patiently for Him to act. Don't worry about evil people who prosper, or fret about their wicked schemes. Psalms verse 40. This is another verse that I use when I'm seeking patience, when I'm in God's waiting room and I need answers, and probably God is telling me to wait. It does take long sometimes. Psalms chapter 40, it says, I waited patiently for the Lord to help me, and He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the pit of despair, out of the mud and the mire. He set my feet on solid ground and steadied me as I walked along. Before I came to Czech Republic, it had been 30 years of waiting patiently, of not knowing what will happen, of trying to work hard, do everything that I can, sometimes being in despair. It takes very long to wait on God, it does. And I used to do my day in day programs, just trying to take some action and not to despair, and doing my best and making sure that I do something so that God can help me towards my dream. And as I kept on taking action, I kept on preparing, I could see that God is opening the window slowly. God is opening the window. God is opening the heavens for me. And I'm happy that, God does keep His promises. God does keep His promises. And after those 30 years, and I did say that on my 30th birthday, I'm going to go abroad and I'm going to live in another country. I still cannot believe that He made that happen, even when I didn't have the means to make it happen for myself. And I said I'm going to make sure that I give somebody hope, because at that time when I was waiting, somebody else also gave me hope, and I was depending on sometimes other people online to just give me hope. And I was going on the YouTube and I was looking if there is somebody else with a journey like mine. And I can tell you, God keeps His promises. Though it may tarry, it may take time, it may sometimes even take, just like Sarah at old age, Abraham at 100 years old, that's when he was blessed with a son, Isaac. But the son was not normal. This was Sarah was going to birth a nation. So sometimes the waiting is really worth it, because sometimes you are not probably birthing something small. You are building a generation. You are going to change your entire generation. And especially if you're the person to do it, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some climbing, like a huge mountain. But once you get to the top, you will really understand why it took so long. You will understand why. But sometimes I really get into despair and I ask myself a lot of questions. But when I don't want to ask any more questions, and when I'm tired of asking, I come to Psalms and I say, I wait patiently. It says, I waited patiently for the Lord to help me, and He turned to me heard my cry. He lifted me out of the pit of despair. Any time that you do feel discouraged, you feel like you are at the end of the ropes, hoping, and you are at the end of the road, hope against hope. Have that little drop of hope. Have that little drop of hope remaining. Sometimes that little drop of hope could be your 11th hour blessing. By 11th hour, I mean like it's 11:59 and your blessing is coming at 12. A lot of the time when you're 11:59, that's when we are now giving up. And I tell myself every single day, that's how I keep myself going. That's how I keep myself strong. I always tell myself, like, we must keep on going. We must keep on going for the sake of the other, for the generation that you're about to bring to this world, for the difference that you're supposed to make in this world. You're going to make a huge change. So it's going to come with a lot of fighting. And once you're done fighting and God opens that door, God opens that heavens, you will understand why you fought so hard and why it was worth it. And I love waiting sometimes, because actually when you don't wait for something and you don't work for something, it doesn't feel all that great when you get it. And when you get something and you cry tears of joy, and that you fought so hard, that you waited so long, like Sarah and Abraham, that you really waited for so long for that thing, or you really worked so hard for that, to get that particular thing, you really feel good about it. And I'm just encouraging someone out there, don't give up, don't despair, because you're supposed to change a generation. And let me tell you that generational curse breakers, we go through it. Generational curse breakers go through it. If you're supposed to birth a new generation, you're supposed to change the world, you're definitely going to go through it. But it's going to be worth it at the end of the tunnel. So keep up hope, keep going, and I know that at the end of the day, you're gonna accomplish something that's worth it, and you're gonna birth something that's amazing. All the time I ask myself why. I'm reminded, if the battle is bigger, then your destiny is bigger. And you have to believe it. You have to believe it, because God has the best. Nothing but the best. And I do believe it. Yeah.